Hey guys, it's Mark here, and it's part 2, which means we have to do it again. After the previous attempt of Silverstone, which was unfortunately ruined by everyone disconnecting, we decided to do one-shot qualifying. So this was not quite ideal for me because on the game, the tires actually wear more as the AI actually pushes so hard from the outlap. So, and as well, we also have a bit heavier fuel, so this is not quite an ideal scenario for me, especially as I wanted to one stop. But anyway, so far this lap, this is not looking too bad at the moment. I'm just trying to keep it as smooth as possible, just trying to protect the tires as well as trying to push hard, just so then I can get a good grid position. So coming through the old pit straight, and so far I'm pretty satisfied with my lap. So we head towards Cops Corner, looking braking just after the 75 meters, downshifting into 7th and just making a good apex there. And then heading into Maggots, I turned in really early and my line was pretty messed up through here, but at the end of the day we ran right there, and it wasn't quite an ideal lap compared to my previous one in the original lobby. So coming down the straight now, looking for the 100-meter board, braking down towards 4th gear and then upshifting up to 6th gear, and then getting a good exit and then heading towards the final chicane, braking just by the 100-meter boards, just missed the apex there slightly, and not too bad on exit, and we come through and our lap time is a 1:31 dead, while Nick on soft tires does a 1:30.6. so overall I don't think this was a bad lap, and that actually put me on the front row, which I was happy about and better than what I expected. And as you can see, there is the grid. As the 5 red lights come on and we are away at Silverstone, we get a slightly better start than last time, as I believe Cliffy is alongside me, so I decided to defend my position through here, and that worked out nicely for me. So all I wanted to do now was try to hang on to Nick while his soft tyres were in slightly better shape than my medium tyres, but I knew around lap 3 or lap 4 that I would probably have the pace advantage as my medium tyres will start to come into play. And then cutting on to lap 3, we are still behind Nick, and we've actually pulled away slightly from Cliffy there, so which is good. Now I really wanted to try and pass Nick and then try to open out a gap to Cliffy, just so that I can be comfortable with my tyres. So just trying to get through Maggots and Beckett's nicely through here, and actually we do, and we get a really good exit. So I'm hoping along this straight I can actually get past Nick. So what I do, I go up the inside here, and he doesn't quite defend, so I'm up the inside here, braking just at the 100-meter board, but incredibly we make contact, and my front left wheel hit his front wing, and I just drifted, but I managed to save it, which was very good, and that was nice and fair for me. So all I had to do was bide my time, so what I wanted to do was stick behind him and hope to actually get him on the very next DRS straight, which was just coming up through here. So as you can see, we're just hanging around behind him here, just so then we can get the DRS detection, which we did. So now focusing on getting a very nice apex exit, so we just slightly have a slide, but I think it was good enough anyway. So we get DRS through here, getting into his slipstream, and then over here we decide to go round the outside, braking just at the 100-meter ball, but he covers the inside line, so unfortunately we couldn't get through here, and then it was very risky to actually go up the inside through here, knowing that there was a risk of spinning. So what I decided to do was bail out of an attempt of going up the inside, and then going along the old pit straight, he pulls away from me slightly while he got a better exit. And then heading into Cops, we ran slightly right, but which wasn't ideal. So, and then at this rate I actually caught Nick again through Maggots and Beckett, but not as much as last time. So, but actually I'm more worried about Cliffy, because he got right close to me through Maggots and Beckett, so I didn't really want to let him pass, so I just kept it to Nick's slipstream, which was good, as I still got DRS off him. And as we come to the end of lap 4, Nick actually pits, so that was the end of that battle for the moment. And what I wanted to do now was open out the gap once again to Cliffy, just so then I can be a bit more comfortable up front. and then cutting all the way to lap 10, and we actually stayed out a lap longer than Cliffy as we come into the pits for our one and only stop, or the hard tires. And at this point, I thought it was going to be really close with Nick, who stopped about 6 laps earlier, but as he had fresher tires, he was setting faster lap times than me at this stage. And actually, tire wear in this race was actually worse than the previous race. Meanwhile, Lireblade decided to start from the back once again, and he's also doing the one stop, so he took the lead for the moment. And as you can see on the mini map, Nick is actually coming down the pit straight, which is going to be very close as we start to accelerate. But
you're going to get past me.
But Nick actually gets me here, which was not ideal, and we had to resume our battle once again, which I will tell you now, it was really fun. So through here on cold tires, we didn't quite get a good exit, so I wasn't really focused on trying to get past him immediately at this stage. Then cutting to later towards the lap, we close up again right through Maggots and Beckett's, and then once again we get DRS, and actually this time we go round the outside of Nick, braking just at the 100-meter board, and Nick defends the inside again, once again, which is very brilliant racing from him. And I really enjoyed the battle, and once again didn't want to risk getting into a half spin, so just decided to let him have the apex and then attack again and the very next DRS straight, even though we do have a look into turn 1, but we decide against going up the inside through there, especially at high speed, which can have very nasty consequences. So we take a slightly tighter line compared to Nick, but once again we get a good exit because Nick is on older medium tyres. So as you can see, we get DRS through here, and we actually go up the inside, braking just at the 100-meter board, diving up the inside, having a little bit of a lock up, and do we make it stick? No, actually Nick comes back. We try to go around the outside, but then Nick again holds the inside line brilliantly, and once again he's able to defend the position. And at this point I was kind of desperate to actually get past him, and it was really fun to actually be involved in the fights, because that's what I like about this league, because there's fair and clean racing. So heading through Maggots and Beckett's again, we have a very good 9, and once again we are very close to Nick, and we get a very brilliant exit. So once again DRS down the straight, and then this time we actually go up the inside and braking just at the 100-meter board, go slightly deeper, we run slightly wide, but then Nick decides to go around the outside this time. But crucially, we have the apex heading into the last corner, so what I do here, we squeeze Nick slightly, and then what happens to Nick, he drops back a little bit, and actually Jaw gets through on him onto the pit straight. So ooh, that was the end of that battle, and I must say that was a really brilliant battle to actually be involved with. So what I was doing here, all I wanted to do was pull a gap slightly, just so then I can just manage the tires later on, and just ensure that I could get to the flag and hopefully take a second win in a row after my success in Germany last time out.
Cliffy's at you, isn't it?
So cutting again to all the way to lap 20, and as you can see on the mini map, Cliffy decides to actually pit, I believe, for another set of soft tires, which was good news for me, because essentially it meant I didn't really have a threat. Although I was actually at this point, when I saw Cliffy on the map putting on soft tires, I was literally thinking, do I take the risk and actually try and catch Lireblade with the limited amount of laps left? And I thought, you know what, it's probably better to actually stay out and actually manage the gap, which I was pretty happy with. And overall in Silverstone I just felt pretty strong here, but I know especially in the next upcoming races there are tough tracks coming up, and I know my rivals are very strong. So I just want to do the maximum in the next few races and hopefully get some good points. But back to Silverstone, coming around, this is the last lap, and as you can see, the tyre wear is 67%. I managed it a lot better than I feared. So I just didn't want to push on the last lap. I just wanted to bring it home, and this was probably one of the sweetest wins I've had, because just literally having the Germany was a bit more like luck, but this win was a bit like the race more under control. Like, I knew I had very strong race pace at Silverstone, and this was very strong evidence of it. So I was delighted about this win, slightly more than Germany, even though Germany was more special because it was my first win in the league. So after this result, I'm actually going to be qualified for
earlier this week, and
the first group in the final 5 races, which is fighting for the championship. But I can tell you now that Red Bull, with the combination of Cliffy and Liveblade, have actually won the constructors. So congratulations to them, as we're coming through onto the Hangar Straight, and I'm literally now just coasting, just being wary of my tyre wear, as you can see there. And this feels a lot more sweeter than Germany, because I actually enjoy this track a lot more.
I'm just coming around the final corner now.
To be fair, it was yeah. So coming through now, and we actually touched the wall here, but it doesn't matter because we win the British Grand Prix, and that was our second win in a row. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in Abu Dhabi.